Live coverage starting soon. Live coverage starting soon. It's time for Kennett Indian Baseball. Sponsors for our broadcast include Baker Implement Company, Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture in Kennett, by McDonald's, by Farm Credit Services of Southeast Missouri, the Law Office of Todd and Atwell, State Farm Insurance Agent Greg Wilson, Kennett Trust Bank, by the Law Office of Peltz, McMullen, Edgington, and Morgan, Harris Pharmacy, Southeast Missouri State University in Kennett, by Glen Sane Motors, by Pemiscott Dunklin Director Danny Glass, by Larry Boone and John Sammons at the Kennett Country Club, by American Elite Realty, and by NEA Baptist Hospital. Broadcast boosters include FM Bank, T.R. Baker Insurance, Skeeter Kell Sporting Goods, Duncan Sheet Metal, Bentley Farms, and Zenith State Bank. And now, Kennett Indian Baseball.
And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Jackson, Missouri, as it's the Battle of the Indians this afternoon as the Kennett Indians go on the road for this big SEMO Conference matchup against the Jackson Indians. These teams currently 1-2 in the SEMO Conference standings. Jackson, a 5-0 record in SEMO Conference play. Kennett 5-1 on the season, but followed closely behind is Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame playing Sykeston today. So with a Kennett loss, Kennett could possibly finish the regular season standings in the SEMO Conference in third place, but the top four teams will get to host a home game on Friday before the play at Kappa Hall Park on Saturday begins up in Cape. So a big ball game here. If Kennett can knock off the Jackson Indians, they would both have one SEMO Conference loss, but because of the head-to-head matchup, Kennett would be the number one seed in the SEMO Conference tournament. So a lot at stake here as we get set for baseball from Jackson this afternoon. We want to thank our great sponsors, including FM Bank, located at 500 Independence Avenue in Kennett. They're online at myfm.bank, full-service bank where decisions are made locally. Auto, home, commercial, and agricultural loans to FM Bank. People matter. An equal housing lender, member FDIC. We'll be back with more from Jackson right after this.
History of quality sales, service, and strong personal relationships that have kept our customers and their families coming back for over 69 years.
From my grandpa to my dad to us, service after the sale is a big deal. Whether you're looking to buy a GMC, Chevrolet, Buick, or Ford, we look forward to serving you and your family for years to come.
Agriculture is not a fad, and it's not for the faint of heart. Long days become long nights, sacrificing time away from family, even on weekends, just so you can get the crop in and get the crop out. This is your way of life. At Farm Credit Southeast Missouri, we are 100% bought into your commitment. Because we are customer-owned, it is our mission to be your ag lender, and we intend to be your value-added partner for next year and the long term.
Your ag lender will always be there.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, It feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
See State Farm agent Greg Wilson in Kennett. Call 888-4913. Southeast Missouri State University. Your university, your hometown. With personalized support from faculty and staff who care. Prepare for a career that matters from day one, all while earning a degree in your own backyard. Do more than take classes. Take control of your future. Get your 4-year degree at Southeast Missouri State University. Learn more at semo.edu/regional.
At Todd and Atwill LLP in Kennett, your situation matters. They understand that unfortunate circumstances arise and are here to provide the legal services you need with integrity and care. Partnering attorneys Darren Todd and Lee Atwill are committed to providing the best legal representation possible. They specialize in personal injury, criminal defense, social security disability, bankruptcies, and more. Visit toddatwill.com for more information. Todd and Atwill, LLP, proud to support the Kennett Indians.
Get your golf game and gear at the Kennett Country Club. Range balls are now available in a range ball dispenser outside the pro shop. The public and members can now hit range balls from daylight to dark at the club. Also, the pro shop is stocked with merchandise. Check out the new line of Rescue clothing, plus FootJoy, Callaway, Greg Norman, and coming soon, Vineyard Vines. Play with a green fee for non-members, and cart rentals are available. And get your team entered in the 4-ball 2-person tournament May 20th and 21st. We'll see you at the Kennett Country Club.
Delicious deals for delicious meals at McDonald's. Get exclusive deals on your McDonald's favorites in the McDonald's app with contactless mobile order and convenient drive-thru pickup. Get a free large fries when you download the McDonald's app and join My McDonald's Rewards. Download it today. Your local Kennett McDonald's has been serving the Kennett community for over 30 years and is proud to support area youth.
All your friends at the local McDonald's wish the Kennett Indians a safe and successful season. Go Indians!
Locally owned Kennett Trust Bank understands the importance of great service, great rates, and putting the focus on you. Hi, this is John Patton with Kennett Trust Bank, inviting you to stop by at our new location, 917 First Street in Kennett. We offer full banking services like checking, savings accounts, plus home, auto, commercial, and agricultural loans. Stop by our new location, 917 First Street today, or online at KennettTrustBank.com. Kennett Trust Bank is proud to support the Kennett Indians. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, this is Daryl Wilcoxon with Wilcoxon's Home Place on the South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. We're getting new products in every week and would like to help you make your place a show place. Living room suites, recliners, including lift chairs, bedroom suites, mattress sets with adjustable bases, appliances, and TVs. We have several payment options available. Come see us at Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture and Appliance, 901 South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. A family furniture tradition for over 70 years.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whenever you want. In your life and on your farm, Case IH AFS Connect gives you more control. Monitor your operation, manage your fleet and your farm data your way. Case IH. Rethink productivity.
Welcome back to Jackson as we get set for the first pitch here this afternoon. Let's check our starting lineups for the Indians coming to the plate. In the top of the first inning, it will be Tanner Pierce leading things off for Kennett, followed by Hayden Gilmore hitting second in the order. And hitting third will be Brooks Niggett, the center fielder for the Indians. Trey Gardner will be the cleanup hitter and bat fourth for the Indians. Caleb Duncan moves up to the fifth slot in the batting order. And, of course, Caleb will be doing the catching. Peyton Branham getting the start pitching. And Branham will hit sixth in the order. J.C. Poole will hit seventh in the Kennett lineup and be in the field defensively at second base. Matt Gardner will be playing shortstop and hitting eighth. And Ashton Williams will be in left field and batting ninth for the Kennett Indians. They will face the Jackson Indians, and going on the hill, Caden Bogenpole, the right-hand pitcher, taking his warm-up tosses here. And he will face the Indians. Hackworth is the catcher behind the plate. Borders at third. Parker, the shortstop. Wyatt at second. Watkins, the first baseman. In the outfield, left to right, it'll be Rhodes. Dodson patrols center field, and Schneider in right field for Jackson. Sunny skies in Jackson. Pleasant temperatures as we are just right around the 70-degree mark here this afternoon as we get set for baseball. All Goods Towing, another one of our great broadcast sponsors. Give them a call when you need a tow. They also do unlocking services and much more. It's all good at All Goods Towing. 888-2210. Tanner Pierce will lead things off. I think all of the Kennett pitchers are available this afternoon, but except for Tanner after throwing those 100 pitches against Poplar Bluff on Thursday. So for Peyton Branham, he has started 2 games. This will be his 3rd start on the season. His record is 2-1 on the season, and Peyton's ERA is at 2. So very successful junior season for Peyton Branham, and he had some very good work against top-ranked Valley View on Saturday. His pitch count was very low against the Blazers and really kept the powerful Blazer hitters off stride. He'll have some powerful hitters to face in this one, in this Jackson lineup, but now we're hoping to see some of the powerful Kennett hitters as they come up to the plate, and Tanner Pierce gets set to lead things off. Tanner, a great senior season, batting .394, leads the team in singles and in doubles on the season, slugging .606 this season, and in that leadoff position, trying to get things started against Caden Bogenpohl. Bogenpohl's ready. The right-hander's first pitch to Tanner Pierce is a called strike on the outside corner, and we're underway here from Jackson. Outfield straight away for the Indians of Jackson. Infield back as Pierce leads things off. The 0-1 pitch. This one's outside. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. Bogenpohl is one of those pitchers. Good velocity. If I recall, has a good breaking pitch as well. One of the top Jackson pitchers, and gets a strike in there at the knees, and it's 1-2 to Tanner Pierce. 4:02 straightaway center field here at the ballpark. I believe it's 3:30 down the line, so a pretty spacious facility here at Jackson. This pitch is fouled straight back, and the count remains 1-2. Hayden Gilmore retrieves the baseball as it went to the backstop. Tad Jones, our video coordinator, setting everything up. Have our camera down the first baseline as the fence is about 15 feet tall here at Jackson. The 1-2 pitch is hit fouled on the third baseline, and Tanner stays alive with a 1-2 count. Other camera up here right in front of us, in front of the press box. Great press box facility here at Jackson. Indians will be up in this area often with the SEMO Conference tournament starting this weekend. Seeds will probably be announced tomorrow. That's unofficially, but all of these teams trying to wrap up their SEMO Conference play here today. Slow hit ball towards short. Shortstop Parker charge, fields and throws to first in time to get Tanner Pierce. So a ground ball out. First man down for the Indians. And that brings up the sophomore Hayden Gilmore. Hayden tied for the team lead in RBIs with 16. The sophomore really moved into Kennett and done a great job on the mound, in the field defensively, and got some clutch hits with runners in scoring position. Here he takes a strike at the letters, called strike 1. 0-1 the count to Hayden Gilmore. Outfield plays Gilmore around the opposite way, facing Caden Bogenpohl. This pitch is high, ball 1, 1-1 the count. Great to have you along for Kennett Indian Baseball. SEMO Conference tournament will start Friday. Top 4 seeds should get to host a home game unless bad weather is in the forecast, and they may move those games to Capitol Hall. This pitch a little bit outside. 2-1 the count to Gilmore. Brooks Niggett in the on-deck circle for Kennett. First State Community Bank, one of our great sponsors, are having a tailgate party here. See some of the folks from the Kennett branch here. helping out with the tailgate party this afternoon. This pitch is swing and a miss by Gilmore. And it's 2-2. 1 out, nobody on. You're in the top of the first inning. Sunshine at Jackson. Pleasant temperatures and the crowd enjoying it. The afternoon of baseball. The 2-2. Outside is ball 3. 3-2. The count goes full. Gilmore doing a good job working the count full here on Caden Bogenpoe. Caden's pitch to the plate, the 3-2. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove, Hackworth, and he holds on for out number 2. So a strikeout and a ground out. 2 down, nobody on, and Brooks Niggett will come to the plate. Brooks hitting .333 on the season. Good senior season for Brooks as he tries to get things started with 2 outs. Trey Gardner in the on-deck circle for Kennett if Brooks can reach. And the first pitch a little bit low, ball 1. Video stream coming to you on the KTMO platforms this afternoon as all Kennett games. KTMO YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. A strike evens the count 1-1. Also at KTMOradio.com and click on the KTMO TV button. Our radio broadcast on KBOA FM in Kennett. Foul tip. Count goes to 1-2 to Brooks. Caden Bogenpoe. We've called this guy's name often as a Jackson Indian. He's on the mound this afternoon. Facing the Kennett Indians in a 1-2 pitch to Brooks Niggett. High and outside is ball 2. 2-2 the count. Tad Jones working hard, setting everything up for us, getting here a couple hours before the game time and lugging equipment up and down and all around. The 2-2 to Brooks is outside, ball 3. 3-2. Kennett center fielder steps back in. Bats with an open stance at the plate. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and misses a curveball, and that'll do it for the Indians. A couple of strikeouts and a ground out. Indians go quietly. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Jackson bats when we return right after this.
Good luck to all area teams from Danny Glass, your Pemiscot-Dunklin Electric Co-op Director for District 1. Danny Glass knows that participating in high school sports plays a huge role in developing the leaders of tomorrow. That's why Danny glad to help boost as a sports booster. Again, good luck to all area high school teams from Danny Glass, your Pemiscot-Dunklin Electric Co-op Director for District 1.
At Harris Pharmacy, you can get all of your prescriptions in one stop, and we'll even remind you when it's time to get a refill with our MedSync and Refill Reminder programs. Hi, this is Darren with Harris Pharmacy. Stop by today at 1224 First Street in Kennett for your over-the-counter and prescription needs. You can come through the drive-thru, or we deliver for free inside the city limits of Kennett. We also offer flu, shingles, and pneumonia vaccines. Come see us today at Harris Pharmacy in Kennett. Good luck, Indians.
Kennett pitcher will be Peyton Branham, the junior right-hander, taking his warm-up tosses. Peyton getting his 3rd start of the season. 2-1 his record. Also has a save on the season. Branham, control pitcher, and relies on his defense to make a lot of plays. Has 11 strikeouts on the season, but the ERA is just 2. As Jackson will send Hanley Parker to the plate to lead things off, followed by Rhodes and Bogenpoe. Coming in at 3rd, Tanner Pierce to protect against the bunt. The first pitch is in there for a called strike from Peyton Branham. Parker back of the box. Next pitch from Branham. This one's high, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Pierce at 3rd. Matt Gardner at short. J.C. Poole at 2nd. Hayden Gilmore at 1st. Outfield is Ashton Williams in left. Brooks Niggett center. Trey Gardner in right. Ground ball to 3rd. Backing up, Tanner Pierce steps and throws toward 1st, and The runner will reach safely. The ball was in the dirt. Once Tanner had to back up on that, it was going to be a tough play against the speedy Parker. Leadoff base runner, though, on the base pass, and that ruled an error, so the ground ball error is how we start. See if the Indians can erase this one with a double play and left-handed hitting Cooper Rhodes at the plate. Gilmore at first holds the runner on. The first pitch from Peyton Branham is high, ball one. That ground ball caught Tanner Pierce a little between hops. I know Tanner, after the Valley View game, said that his arm was pretty sore, and that may have affected that throw across the diamond. Saw him in infield practice, didn't appear to be the case. 2-0 now the count to Cooper Rhodes. Runner at first, nobody out, bottom of the first. This pitch outside, ball three, is missing three straight outside to the left-handed hitting Rhodes. Kennett outfield plays Rhodes around the pool. Parker takes his lead at first, and the 3-0 pitch is a called strike, 3-1. Pitcher Bogenpole in the on-deck circle for Jackson. Wind blowing slightly out to left field here, but it won't affect play too much this afternoon. Swing and a miss. All-speed delivery over the outside part of the plate, and the count goes full to Cooper Rhodes, 3-2. Parker, the runner at first, after an error, takes his lead. The 3-2 pitch, the runner goes. There's a little bloop fly, is going to drop in out to left field. Now the runner is going to try to go to third. The throw will be cut off. It'll be first and third for Jackson. The runner was off with the pitch, and I think if Matt Gardner would have been at regular depth instead of covering on the play, Mike could have went back and caught the little fly ball that drops out into left field for the single. Parker gets up after sliding head first and cruises down to third. So first and third, Jackson. Nobody out. Bottom of the first. Caden Bogenpole, left-handed hitter at the plate. Jackson threatening here at the bottom of the first inning. Kennett outfield, fairly deep and around the pool. Gilmore holds the runner on at first and a throw to first. The runner back. Parker took a few steps toward home as the throw went to first, then retreats back to third. Borders, the cleanup hitter in the on-deck circle. Peyton Branham, like a double play ball here. Swinging and a miss by Bogenpole on an off-speed delivery. Low and outside. That's strike one. Trying to get Bogenpole to roll over on one of those, maybe, and get the ground ball to Matt Gardner and J.C. Poole, turn two. Here's a line drive. This isn't two. That's a solid base hit to center field. So far, a couple of singles and an error. A run in and runners at first and second for Jackson. We saw Peyton Branham. He really had the Valley View hitters off stride. Good job that time by Bogenpole, just waiting back and singling that one right back up the middle. 1-0 Jackson. Borders, right-handed cleanup hitter at the plate. This pitch is strike call. They get shades a little toward left field now as this pitch comes in low. 1-1 the count. We'll put the SEMO Conference brackets up as soon as we receive those. Athletic Director Jim Vaughn always right on top of that, and he'll get them to us, and we'll post those for everybody to see. Ground ball to third. They'll throw to second for one. Relay to first is high. And they'll get the runner at second. So one down in the inning. Runners at the corners now for Jackson. On the fielder's choice. Tanner Pierce got a high hop and threw it down to second. Rhodes goes to third. Borders at first. Now here's Hackworth at the plate. Right-hand hitter. Now how about the double play? And we get out of this inning with only a run scored. That would be a gift. The Indians can escape this. An error. Couple of hits in the inning and a run in for Jackson. Peyton Branham, only 14 pitches. Again, Peyton. Usually the opponents will put it in play against Peyton. Just got to make those plays. But a couple of these hits have found holes in the Kennett defense. Here's a called strike. 0-1 the count to Baden Hackworth. Another name we've called for several years for the Jackson Indians. Catcher for Jackson. Another strike. This one on the outside corner. 0-2 the count to Hackworth. Thanks to all of our broadcast sponsors making Kennett Indian baseball possible as you listen back down south in the Boot Hill. The 0-2 pitch headed home. Ground ball is foul outside of third. Count remains 0-2. If you get a ground ball, that's not the one you wanted because that was going to be a tough play for Tanner Pierce. A run probably would have scored, and it would have been difficult to throw Hackworth out even at first. So the count remains 0-2. See if we can get a ground ball to one of the infield. Get the twin killing and get out of this thing without any more than one run crossing the plate. Hackworth back of the box, the 0-2 pitch. Curveball is outside. 1-2 the count to Baden. T.R. Baker Insurance, another one of our great broadcast sponsors, an independent insurance agency offering a variety of insurance coverages, both personal and commercial lines of insurance. Runner goes on a swing and a miss. Poole will cut off the throw, but that's out number 2 with a strikeout. Borders will take second. They didn't want Rhodes scoring from third base. So now second and third, 2 down, and here's Clayton Ernst. Ernst, the DH. Big body in that batter's box. Peyton Branham with a pitch fouled straight back, strike 1. T.R. Baker, be sure to see them as they can also help with group life and health insurance coverages, plus workers' comp. Financial services like IRAs and mutual funds. T.R. Baker Insurance. In Kennett. Pickoff throw back to second, and just back in there safely was Borders. As Matt Gardner slipped behind him, and Borders just got a hand back on the bag. 1 run in here in the bottom of the first inning. Couple of hits, a Kennett error. Runners at second and third, and this pitch is hit high in the air to left field. Drifting in a few steps is Ashton Williams, and the play is made. So only 1 run on a couple of hits and an error. Kennett gets out of that one pretty good shape considering the way the inning started. 1-0 Jackson as we go to the second. Kennett comes to bat. Coming up for the Indians, it'll be Trey Gardner, Caleb Duncan, and Peyton Branham when we return right after this.
When your loved one is on the brink, their future in the hands of strangers, and all you have is hope, choose the safest hospital in Eastern Arkansas. Your safety isn't a goal, it's a promise.
At American Elite Realty, your business is appreciated. They are locally owned and support the communities you live in. Their professional agents can help you find your new home or commercial property. They work closely with your lender to make the buying process easy. Contact a professional agent at 573-888-5373 or view their listings at AmericanEliteRealty.com. Tina Privet, broker, an equal housing opportunity company.
American Elite Realty is proud to support the Kennett Indians and wishes them a successful season.
Bogenpole finishes his warm-up tosses, 18 pitches in the first inning. A couple of Kennett strikeouts and a ground out. As the Indians went 1-2-3, Trey Gardner, Caleb Duncan, Peyton Branham. Here in the second inning, Kennett trailing 1-0. J.C. Poole, if anyone can reach, against this right-hander. Tad Jones making some adjustments to our video camera as we have one down the first baseline. As he will make those adjustments and be back up in the booth. He is running around like crazy when we have these broadcasts. Appreciate his help. Here's Trey Gardner, cleanup hitter for the Indians, coming to the plate. Trey, a great senior season, .364 the average. Leads the team in runs, scored with 20. And has walked 17 times, so he's pretty selective at the plate, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Good fastball from Bogenpole. Strike one to the Kennett cleanup hitter. Gardner's next pitch, he foul tips it at the plate, and Trey quickly in the hole, 0-2. Outfield playing Gardner around the opposite way, big out in right center field. Trey hits one out there. The 0-2 pitch. Low, ball 1, 1-2. To Trey Gardner. Leading off the top of the second, 1-0 Jackson, our score. The 1-2 pitch to Trey Gardner. Now, Bogenpole will step off as Trey Gardner steps out of the box. Now back in. Slight breeze, maybe blowing out to left field, but not enough to really affect any balls here this afternoon as this ball is fouled up and back toward the parking lot behind us here. 1-2 the count to Gardner. Bogenpole gets the sign. Gardner's ready in the 1-2. Called strike three on a breaking pitch. The catch is the top part of the zone. There's out number one here in the second. Caleb Duncan comes to the plate. Caleb has really been hitting well as of late. Caleb moving up in the batting order for the Indians now, hitting in that fifth position. Trying to get things started with one out here in the second. First pitch to Caleb, called strike. Outside corner at the knees. 0-1 the count to Duncan, sophomore catcher. Again, started as a freshman for that Kennett team last year. A swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 to Caleb. So far, Bogenpole has retired the first 4 Indians that he's faced. 3 with strikeouts and a ground out by Tanner Pierce to start the game. Here's another strikeout as Kennett unable to catch up with Bogenpole early on in this one. Peyton Branham will come to the plate. Peyton, another hitter that has moved up in the order for the Indians as he's had a big hit against Valley View. Hit well against Poplar Bluff in that victory last week. Peyton takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Pretty good crowd this afternoon in Jackson as they enjoy the high school baseball. 1-0 pitch to Peyton Brenham. Swing and a miss by Peyton. 1-1 the count. J.C. Poole in the on-deck circle. Outfield plays Branham straight away. Couple of hits for Jackson so far in the ball game. An error by Kennett, a run on the board for the Indians of Jackson. Ball 2 is low, 2-1 the count. We'll look a little closer at the SEMO Conference standings and where the games may fall on Friday. This ball fouled out of play, 2-2 to Branham. Peyton, of course, doing the pitching today, but versatile player. He can play third base and also plays some first base, depending on who the Indians have pitching on that particular day. Versatile player. The 2-2, a swing and a miss. Is out of 6 hitters, 5 have went down on strikes through 2 innings. Kennett trails 1-0. Jackson comes to bat right after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wayne. I'd like to invite you to Wayne Chiropractic. Come on in.
Hi, I'm Melissa Morgan. When you're ready to schedule an appointment, just call Wayne Chiropractic.
Soy Gabriela García. Síganme y el Dr. Wayne los ayudará a estar mejor.
Wayne Chiropractic offers DOT, sports, school, and pre-employment physicals and now accepts Medicaid. Learn more at KenmoChiro.com or stop by Wayne Chiropractic at 913 St. Francis Street in Kennett, KenmoChiro.com.
What started with our grandfather and continues in its fourth generation today, Glen Sane's history of quality sales, service, and strong personal relationships that have kept our customers and their families coming back for over 69 years.
From my grandpa to my sale is a big deal. Whether you're looking to buy a GMC, Chevrolet, Buick, or Ford, we look forward to serving you and your family for years to come.
Back at Jackson, we get set for the bottom of the second inning. Coming up 7, 8, and 9 in the order for Jackson, leading 1-0. Landon Watkins, the first baseman, will lead things off for Jackson. Peyton Branham, 21 pitches in that first inning after an error to start the inning. A couple of base hits and a run scored, but Kennett getting out with only one run crossing the plate in the inning. And the first pitch is high to Landon Watkins. Branham works in a hurry, and this pitch lined up the middle, and there's another hit, third of the ball game, a base hit to center field on a line drive. Jackson doing a good job against Branham, just waiting back and not trying to do too much with it, just hitting it right back up the middle. Here's Jack Wyatt, the second baseman, right-handed hitter, coming to the plate. Tanner Pierce coming in a bit at third, about even with the bag now. Hayden Gilmore holds the runner on at first. There's a strike. To Jack Wyatt, Peyton Branham. Kennett outfield straight away. The 0-1 pitch. First to throw to first, and the runner's in safely. The three Jackson hits, none of them have been overly hard. Jackson just waiting back and hitting a couple of line drives to center field. And a little blooper over the shortstop's head. Ground ball is foul outside at third. And the count now 0-2 to Jack Wyatt. Oh, and 2 the count to Wyatt. Coming in, Trey Gardner a few steps in right field. A curveball is blocked by Duncan at the plate. Watkins stays at first. 1-2 the count now to Wyatt. 1-2 pitch. Grounded foul into the third base dugout of Kennett. Count remains 1-2. Watkins takes his lead at first, the 1-2 pitch. Line drive center field. Both all of these hits look almost identical. Just another line drive to center field. They throw behind the runner, but Watkins back in there safely. Back-to-back hits, another line drive to center. 2 on, nobody out for Jackson here in the bottom of the second. And Grant Dodson, their center fielder, will come to the plate. Normally, with Peyton Branham pitching, you see a lot of pop-ups against Branham. Several ground ball outs, but so far that hasn't been the case. Fourth hit of the ball game and 1 Kennett error so far. Pierce comes in at third with runners at first and second. Here's a bunt right back to the pitcher. The only play is at first base, and that will get the out. They'll throw back to third, and just back in there safely is Watkins. So the bunt successful. Moving the batters up. Branham to Gilmore for the putout. Wyatt down to second. And Watkins to third. And here's Henley Parker. The shortstop reached on an error to the Kennett third baseman. His first time up. Scored the lone Jackson run so far in the ball game, but they're threatening here with the runners at second and third. This one's in the gap out to right center field. No one's going to get this one. Best hit ball of the day off the bat of Parker, and he's going to cruise into third with a 1-out triple. Now the ball gets away from the cutoff men, but backed up there alertly by the left fielder, Ashton Williams. Good job by Ashton being there, and it's 3-0 in favor of Jackson, and now a runner at third. That one a double between Brooks Niggett and Trey Gardner, and they are roughing Peyton Branham up so far in this ball game. 5 hits. We have 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Infield comes in, trying to stop that run at the plate. The first pitch misses high, ball 1. Foul ball against the screen, 1-1 the count. Cooper, one of those base hits back in the first inning. Hit it just beyond Matt Gardner at shortstop that dropped in. Runner at third is Parker, 1 down. And this pitch is high and outside, ball 2. Peyton Branham's pitch count 33 here in the ball game. 2-1 the count to Rhodes. Foul ball. Watch out, Cars. Just missed one out. Down the left field line. 2-2 the count. Runner at third, 1 down here in the second. 2 runs in for Jackson. Here's a fly ball out to left field. Ashton Williams catches it, comes up, throwing toward the plate. The throw offline, and the run will score. Not much of a chance for Ashton that time, but the throw was out toward the pitcher's mound, so a sacrifice fly. And another run in, 4-0 Jackson. Parker scores on the play. Now the base is empty for Caden Bogenpole. Caden singled on a line drive to center field his first time up. So that's been pretty much the strategy here in the ball game. Everything's been up the middle part of the field. Even the triple was in right center field. Here's a strike to Bogenpole. Next pitch headed home. Swing and a miss. Quickly 0-2 to Caden. Cleanup hitter Quentin Borders in the on deck circle for Jackson. The 0-2 pitch headed home. Ground ball, foul. Jackson in the first base dugout here. Kennett, the third base dugout here at Jackson Stadium. Beautiful afternoon for baseball, but so far the scoreboard favors the home team. High and outside, ball 1, 1-2 the count. Outfield shading around to the right side to Bogenpole, and he hits it in the air out toward Ashton Williams. Pretty well hit. Carries just shy of the track. Ashton goes back and makes the catch. That ball just kept going and going, but that's out number 3. 3 runs in for Jackson. They lead 4-0 as we go to the third. Kennett bats right after this.
Agriculture is not a fad, and it's not for the faint of heart. Long days become long nights, sacrificing time away from family, even on weekends, just so you can get the crop in and get the crop out. This is your way of life. At Farm Credit Southeast Missouri, we are 100% bought into your commitment. Because we are customer-owned, it is our mission to be your ag lender, and we intend to be your value-added partner for next year and the long term.
Your ag lender will always be there.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number 1, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number 1 is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
See State Farm agent Greg Wilson in Kennett. Call 888-4913.
Back at Jackson, it'll be 7, 8, 9 due up for the Indians as 5 of the 6 hitters so far in the ballgame have struck out facing Caden Bogenpole. Very little offense for the Indians. 5 hits and 4 runs in this one for Jackson. Indians need to get something going. Duncan Sheet Metal reminds you to get that AC unit serviced and ready for the hot weather ahead, where they can put you in a new energy-efficient unit, save you some money on those utility bills throughout the summer. Duncan Sheet Metal. For heating or cooling, give them a call. Turn to the experts at Duncan Sheet Metal, wishing the Indians good luck this season. J.C. Poole will lead things off. Matt Gardner and Ashton Williams. Good time to get some offense going for the Indians. Trailing 4-0 here. Bogenpole 31 pitches through his first 2 innings of work. A ground ball out by Tanner Pierce. He's the only Indian so far to put the ball in play against this right-hander. J.C. Poole, left-handed hitter, will step to the plate for Kennett. Thanks to Monty Lyons for handling all our radio coordination back at KBOA studios, getting things set up as we connect back to our radio studios in Kennett, coming to you on multiple streaming platforms this afternoon on the KTMO streaming platforms. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and KTMOradio.com. Ball one, a fastball high to J.C. Poole. Kennett Jr., second baseman. Played J.C. around the opposite way. The hard-throwing Bogenpole. On the hill, outside corner. This is called a strike. 1-1 the count to J.C. Another strike on the outside corner. As Bogenpole hitting that spot, might have been 2 or 3 inches just outside the plate, but he's consistently hit that spot. And when you do that, the umpires will usually expand it a little bit, especially on the outside of the plate. Now the 1-2 pitch to the left-handed hitting Poole. Misses high this time as they were trying to go back out there as Hackworth was setting up. Just off the outside corner. 2-2 the count to J.C. Poole, trying to get things started for Kennett here in the third. Bogenpole's pitch. J.C. fouls it to the screen. Stays alive, 2-2. Big gap in right center field if J.C. can turn on one of these pitches. As long as Bogenpole keeps it out there on the outside part of the plate or just off the outside corner, it's going to be hard for the lefty to pull it. And now the 2-2 pitch. Curveball is fouled. Good job by J.C. hanging in there on the curveball and fouling that one off. 2-2 the count remains. This will be the 7th pitch of the at-bat to J.C. Poole as he's making Bogenpole work here. 2-2 as Poole leads off the top of the third. The pitch to J.C. Foul tip, and the catcher can't hang home. Boy, that was nearly another Kennett strikeout. They have struck out 5 times so far in the ballgame with 6 batters coming to the plate. J.C. Poole is batter number 7 coming to the plate for the Indians. And a 2-2 count to J.C. as he battles Caden Bogenpole. The 2-2 pitch. Inside is ball 3, and that one real good. Didn't sound like that got all shin pad, maybe an arm or on the leg. Sounded like meat when it hit the on-plate umpire. It bounced in the dirt. JC's worked the count full, 3-2. Trying to reach base. First Kennett base runner here to lead off the third inning. The 3-2 pitch to the Kennett Jr. High ball 4. Good at bat, J.C. Poole. 9 pitches. Bogenpole's pitch count just went to 40 after J.C. Poole's at bat. Here's Matt Gardner. J.C. Poole, the base runner at first for the Indians, trailing 4-0. Borders comes in at third. He's standing on the grass. Watkins at first holds Poole on. First pitch to Matt. Hit out to right field. Right fielder shading his eyes. Now goes over toward the line and makes the play. Schneider didn't see it for a long time, and J.C. Poole just gets back in there safely, wearing the glasses, and then had to race over to the line to make the play on the fly ball. So one down for the Indians. Poole remains at first. Here's Ashton Williams. Takes this one high and inside, ball one. So after J.C. made Bogenpole work, Matt Gardner flies out with the first pitch he saw. So pitch count only 11 with one out now for Caden, the right-handed hurler. Poole takes his lead, short lead at first. This pitch is outside, throw down to first, and runner back in safely. 2-0 the count to Ashton Williams. Outfield straight away for Williams. Again, Borders in a bit at third. Ball three, low and outside. J.C. Poole reached with a walk here in the inning. A fly up by Matt Gardner, and now Hackworth will go out and visit with his hurler. Don't think Caden Bogenpole really wants to visit right now. He'll go tie his shoelaces and go back behind the mound. Now Parker, the shortstop, will also come in. 3-0 the count to Ashton Williams. Tanner Pierce in the on-deck circle. Kennett trying to get their first hit of the ball game here in the third inning. Got the first base runner, J.C. Poole, a leadoff walk. Kennett down 4-0. 3-0 the count to Williams. The pitch to Ashton is low, ball four. Couple of walks in the inning. Kennett with runners at first and second for Tanner Pierce as we turn the lineup over and back to the top of the order. Tanner grounded out his first at bat to the shortstop. Made a close play out of it, but Parker with a strike to first. Just got him. Now with a couple of runners on, faced for the second time. Here's a strike in there. Watkins plays in front of the base runner at first. Pierce at the plate. This pitch is low, ball one. 1-1 the count. One thing we can bet on down four, that Pierce will not be bunting. He's one of the hottest Kennett hitters all season. As I hope Tanner can get a hit here as he kind of sparks this offense. He hits it down the third base line and fair. That's why he didn't bunt. That's going to drive in two. Tanner will at least have a double, and he's going to round second, head to third, and they're going to tag him out. Just tagged out at third. Drives in two, cuts into the lead, 4-2 now with a double down the left field line. Rhodes hit the relay man. Poole scores. Williams scores on the play, and then Pierce was out trying to stretch it into a triple. Now Hayden Gilmore bats with the bases empty and two down. First pitch is outside, ball one. Kennett with the first hit of the ball game, a double by Tanner Pierce. In that case, Borders coming in at third. Not a good play that time as the line drive scores two. Not sure he would have caught that one anyway, and this will be out number three. A high fly ball to the right fielder, Schneider. Couple of runs in. Kennett cuts the lead 4-2. Jackson bats when we return right after this.
Southeast Missouri State University. Your university, your hometown, with personalized support from faculty and staff who care. Prepare for a career that matters from day one, all while earning a degree in your own backyard. Do more than take classes. Take control of your future. Get your 4-year degree at Southeast Missouri State University. Learn more at semo.edu/regional.
At Todd and Atwill LLP in Kennett, your situation matters. They understand that unfortunate circumstances arise and are here to provide the legal services you need with integrity and care. Partnering attorneys Darren Todd and Lee Atwill are committed to providing the best legal representation possible. They specialize in personal injury, criminal defense, social security disability, bankruptcies, and more. Visit toddatwill.com for more information. Todd and Atwill LLP, proud to support the Kennett Indians.
New pitcher coming on will be the left-handed sophomore, Hayden Gilmore. Hayden has pitched 20 innings on the season. His record is 2-1. He has a save and second on the team in strikeouts with 34. Tanner Pierce has pitched 12 more innings, and Tanner has 3 more strikeouts. So the strikeout ratio per hitter, Hayden Gilmore is leading the team there, has an ERA of 2.8 on the season. So Peyton Branham's day is finished as he gives up 4 runs on the ball game, or Jackson scores 4 runs, as not all of those will be earned, as a Kennett error to start that inning really allowed the first run to score for Jackson in the first inning. Then solid hits, and they've had 5 on the afternoon, but Kennett with only 1 hit after a couple of walks, scored 2 on a Tanner Pierce double. Cleanup hitter Quentin Borders at the plate will lead things off, facing the lefty Hayden Gilmore. First pitch is outside, ball 1. As Caleb Duncan not able to handle that one behind the plate. Might have fooled Caleb a little bit. Might have even been crossed up with the first pitch from the left-hander. Next pitch headed home is outside, ball 2. Been a while since Hayden has been on the mound. Doubt if his pitch count goes very high, as Kennett's next game will be on Friday. They'd like to have all of their pitchers available. Here's a ground ball to short. Gardner with a throw to first in time for out number 1. Cleanup hitter Borders grounds out to start the third. Now Baden Hackworth will hit. Hackworth, a strikeout victim against Peyton Branham. So we'll look at Peyton's official numbers here in just a moment. Five hits, 4 runs, and 3 earned runs in the ball game, and Branham struck out 1. First pitch, a called strike from Hayden Gilmore to Baden Hackworth. Next pitch headed home. This one's high, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Coach New starting Peyton Branham, and now the sophomore left-hander Hayden Gilmore will come in. And the pitch almost hit the batter. I don't see how it kept from hitting him. Breaking pitch. And it's 2-1 the count. Fans enjoying the afternoon at the ballpark here at Jackson this afternoon. Lots of Kennett fans making their way up. The 2-1 pitch. It's high, ball 3, 3-1. Ernst, the DH, in the on-deck circle for Jackson. 3-1 pitch. Foul back to the screen. Count goes full, 3-2. This part in the season, the Kennett coaches just trying to get their pitching order in shape right now for the SEMO Conference tournament that will be this weekend. There's a few more regular season games before district play starts. A swing and a miss. Gilmore's retired the first 2 batters the sophomores faced. So 2 down for the DH for Jackson, Clayton Ernst.
Up to bat, number 99, Clayton Ernst.
Kennett outfield straight away for this tall right-handed hitter, and the first pitch outside, ball 1 from the lefty Hayden Gilmore. Now, the Kennett coaches before the game said everybody was available except Tanner this afternoon. This pitch a called strike. Probably the only player that would be a strike to is the guy at the plate, as he probably goes about 6'8". Is that close? That's the only one that would be a strike on. 1-1. The pitch hits him. Hit him pretty solid, too. Gilmore almost hit a batter earlier, but now Ernst hit by the pitch, a 2-out base runner for Jackson. And that brings up Landon Watkins. He singled on a line drive to center field, one of those 5 hits for Jackson in the ball game. 4 singles and a triple for Jackson so far. First base run, hit by a pitch, is Ernst down at first base. Outfield straightaway, infield back with 2 down. And the first pitch is on the outside corner, strike 1. This strike zone is, it's a little wide, folks. You got to be ready to swing. I like it. I like it. I like it better than a small zone. Just got to be ready to hit. Now the 0-1 pitch. This one's high. Ball 1. 1-1 the count to Landon Watkins. Talked about that with Lance Penn often. Makes the game go by a lot faster when these batters know they have to be ready to swing. Now the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off at the plate. 1-2 the count to Watkins. Kennett outfield straight away. Sunny skies here at Jackson. The sun starts to set back behind the backstop. Right fielder, really more than any of the other players, looking into that setting sun. A swing and a miss. Good pitch by Hayden Gilmore. He hit a batter, but Jackson goes quietly in the third. 4-2 Kennett. Kennett comes to bat, trailing the Jackson Indians. Back with the 4th inning right after this.
Get your golf game and gear at the Kennett Country Club. Range balls are now available in a range ball dispenser outside the pro shop. The public and members can now hit range balls from daylight to dark at the club. Also, the pro shop is stocked with merchandise. Check out the new line of Rescue clothing, plus FootJoy, Callaway, Greg Norman, and coming soon, Vineyard Vines. Play with a green fee for non-members, and cart rentals are available. And get your team entered in the 4-ball 2-person tournament May 20th and 21st. We'll see you at the Kennett Country Club.
Delicious deals for delicious meals at McDonald's. Get exclusive deals on your McDonald's favorites in the McDonald's app with contactless mobile order and convenient drive-through pickup. Get a free large fries when you download the McDonald's app and join My McDonald's Rewards. Download it today. Your local Kennett McDonald's has been serving the Kennett community for over 30 years and is proud to support area youth.
All your friends at the local McDonald's wish the Kennett Indians a safe and successful season. Go Indians!
It'll be Brooks Niggett, Trey Gardner, and Caleb Duncan due up for the Indians as we go to the 4th inning. Kennett trails 4-2. 2 runs on 1 hit for Kennett. 4 runs on 5 hits. Kennett's committed an error here in the ball game. Zenith State Bank, one of our great broadcast sponsors with locations in Kennett, Arborwood, and Zenith. You can bank online, in person, anytime, serving the area since 1935. Today, Zenith State Bank continues the tradition of serving the area communities by building relationships with their customers and keeping banking simple. Zenith State Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Brooks Niggett at the plate, facing Caden Bogenpole, has thrown 50 pitches so far in the ballgame through 3 innings. I believe Jackson's next game will also be on Friday, as most of the SEMO Conference play wrapping up today, and this ball pretty well hit out to left field. Looking up, the left fielder, and Brooks Niggett, ladies and gentlemen, has just hit a solo shot to left field. Way to go, Brooksy. Touch him off. Long fly ball. Rhodes looked up and watched it sail out of here. Kennett pulls within 1, 4-3. Way to fight back. Kennett Indians. We've seen Kennett get out to the early start in a lot of games so far this season, and then the offense kind of slow down. Good to see him fight back after being down 4-0 in this one. Make it 4-3, and the first pitch is in there for a called strike. That was the first pitch to Brooks Niggett, and he hit it over the left field fence. See if Trey can answer from the left side of the plate. Fouls this one back. Had a good cut at that one, but it's quickly 0-2 on Gardner. It's only the second Kennett hit of the ball game. They've had a double as Pierce was thrown out trying to stretch it to a triple, and now a home run. Not many of the singles so far in the ball game for the Indians. The 0-2 pitch to Trey. He again stays alive, fouls off a tough pitch. 0-2 the count to Kennett. Right fielder, Trey Gardner. Next pitch to Gardner. Curveball is outside, ball one. Again, Trey will be going to University of Arkansas Little Rock next year as he signed with UALR. Ball is low and outside, ball two. Plays a lot of travel baseball in the Arkansas area. As a lot of the Kennett players play down in Arkansas in the summer leagues. Ball three is low. 3-2 the count now to Trey. Outfield plays Gardner around to the opposite way. 3-2 the count from Bogenpole as Gardner tries to reach. Grounds it to the first baseman. It gets by the first baseman, Watkins. Into right field as Gardner gets on. First error of the ball game on the Jackson Indians. And a base runner at first and nobody out. And here's Caleb Duncan. Kennett sophomore catcher. Trying to keep things going. Tying run down at first. Trey Gardner after solo home run by Brooks Niggett to start this fourth inning. First pitch is low to Caleb. Ball one. Caleb with the home run this season. Big, big home run for the Indians. He has really been hitting well. Needs to continue here for the Indians of Kennett. The 1-0 pitch is low, ball two to Duncan. Bogenpole with 10 pitches here in the inning. His pitch count up to 60 now in the ball game. Borders in on the grass at third. Gardner takes his lead at first. The 2-0 pitch to Duncan. Inside corner is called a strike, and Trey Gardner just slides back in safely. Down at first as Hackworth with a quick throw to Watkins. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count. So Kennett sophomore catcher Caleb Duncan. Swing and a miss, 2-2 the count now to Duncan. Leadoff home run in the inning by Brooks Niggett. Then a walk by Trey Gardner. Now Caleb Duncan with a 2-2 count with a runner at first. That's the tying run down at first. The pitch to Caleb. Called strike three. At the knees and on the outside corners. So the first man retired here in the fourth with a strikeout. Bogenpole is racking up the strikeouts. Only 2 Kennett hits, a home run and a double that drove in 2. Now Peyton Branham at the plate. We've seen Peyton's power. Wind blowing out just slightly to left field. He hit one out, but just foul at Poplar Bluff earlier last week. So we took on the Mules. Here's ball one to Peyton Branham. Trey Gardner, the runner at first. They shade Branham around a little bit to the right side in the outfield. Swing and a miss by Branham. 1-1 the count. Bogenpole has struck out 6 Indians. He's walked 2 so far on the afternoon. And here's a swing. Ball gets away from the catcher. Gardner will slide head first down at second base. So now the tying run in scoring position at second. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes on Peyton Branham. As Peyton will try to put it in play. Get that run home. J.C. Poole in the on-deck circle for Kennett. Got to be careful saying Indians in this ball game because there are Indians on both sides of the field. The 1-2 pitch. Branham swings and misses at a high fastball. That's a big strikeout for Bogenpole. Here in the inning, Trey Gardner down at second. Poole. JC drew a walk his first at bat. Made Bogenpole work. After being down in the count, drew the walk. Tried to drive in that tying run. Trey Gardner at second. 2 down here in the fourth. JC's going to take the first one outside, ball 1. Skeeter Kill Sporting Goods, one of our great sponsors. They're not just a name, it's a tradition for over 60 years. They've been the premier sports supplier to area schools, coaches, and players. Cleats, bats, gloves for any team. Go see them, 1300 Industrial Drive in Kennett, or call 888-6678. Quick visit to the mound by the catcher Hackworth with his hurler Caden Bogenpole. Ball 1, the count to J.C. Poole here in the inning. Leadoff home run by Brooks Niggett. Trey Gardner now at second base after a walk and the 1-0 pitch with 2 down to J.C. Poole. Here's a strike to J.C. 1-1 the count. J.C.'s batting average is still up there for the Indians, .333 on the season. A great junior season for the second baseman. Good pitch on the outside corner, and that's called strike 2. Bogenpole, when he hits that outside corner, it's just a tough pitch to handle. JC will try to protect with a tying run down at second. 2 down here in the fourth. 1-2 JC. Pitch to Poole. Swing and a miss. That'll do it. Kennett gets a run. Leadoff home run by Brooks Niggett. And they pull a little closer. 4-3 Jackson. Jackson bats when we return to the bottom of the fourth right after this.
Locally owned Kennett Trust Bank understands the importance of great service, great rates, and putting the focus on you. Hi, this is John Patton with Kennett Trust Bank, inviting you to stop by at our new location, 917 First Street in Kennett. We offer full banking services like checking, savings accounts, plus home, auto, commercial, and agricultural loans. Stop by our new location, 917 First Street today, or online at KennettTrustBank.com. Kennett Trust Bank is proud to support the Kennett Indians. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, this is Daryl Wilcoxon with Wilcoxon's Home Place on the South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. We're getting new products in every week and would like to help you make your place a show place. Living room suites, recliners, including lift chairs, bedroom suites, mattress sets with adjustable bases, appliances, and TVs. We have several payment options available. Come see us at Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture and Appliance, 901 South Bypass in Kennett, Missouri. A family furniture tradition for over 70 years.
Hayden Gilmore back on the mound for the Kennett Indians as we go to the bottom of the fourth. A home run by Brooks Niggett, and the Indians have erased a 4-0 deficit and made it 4-3. 4 runs, 5 hits for Jackson. Jackson's committed an error in the ballgame. 3 runs on 2 hits for Kennett, and Kennett also has had a miscue in the ballgame. Jack Wyatt faces Hayden Gilmore for his first plate appearance. He singled on a line drive to center, as that was pretty much the approach against the Kennett starter, Peyton Branham. Here the left-hander, Gilmore, gets a ground ball towards short. Matt Gardner fields and a high throw to first, and that pulls Branham off the bag. That time Matt tried to set his back foot, and it slid a little bit as he had to throw it. And the runner reaches safely to start the bottom of the fourth inning. Gardner had to go in the hole over toward third base, and that ground ball is ruled a base hit, so Wyatt at first with a base hit. Kennett would look for the double play as Grant Dodson at the plate. Grant was successful on a sacrifice bunt. The first pitch is fouled down the right side, now to play. Strike 1. Parker, the top of the order in the on-deck circle for Jackson. Ground ball by Wyatt, and Matt Gardner had to go to his right, fielded it, and then tried to set his back foot to plant to throw, and it kind of slipped on the dirt. Here's a low throw, and it gets by the Kennett first baseman, bounces off the backstop, and goes right back to him. And that keeps Wyatt at first base. Boy, that was a lucky break that time for the Indians. Most of the time, if it gets by the first baseman, the runner would be at second, possibly at third, depending on where it goes over there. Now the 0-1 pitch with the batter showing bunt, takes it for ball one, 1-1. Tanner Pierce comes in at third after the batter Dodson showing bunt. Branham holding the runner on at first. There's Wyatt bouncing around over there. This bunt is foul, and it goes 1-2 now to Dodson with a foul ball. So he tried to get the bunt down. Game just an hour old here as we play with nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. Hayden Gilmore in relief of Peyton Branham. It's Hayden starting his second inning of work here. Long look at the base runner. The pitch to the plate. Ground ball toward first. Branham will throw to second. And they get the force out there. So Branham gets the lead runner. Thought he might go back and step on first, but he throws down to second for the fielder's choice. As Wyatt forced out at second, Dotson now the base runner at first, and Henley Parker at the plate. Leadoff hitter reached on an error and tripled on a line drive to right center field. His last at bat, a big blow in the ball game. Off the bat of the leadoff hitter Parker. Both leadoff men with big hits in the ball game as Tanner Pierce is doubled, trying to stretch his into a triple and was thrown out. For Parker, he did triple his last at bat. 6 hits now in the ball game for Jackson and the base runner Dodson at first. Gilmore's pitch goes back to the backstop. Almost hit the batter. Now Caleb Duncan will see it and throw it down to third, and it goes off the coach. As Caleb throw down there with the runner going back to second will allow Dodson to reach third on the wild pitch. So Dodson at third, only one out in the inning. That throw went off the third base coach of the Indians of Jackson, as Caleb had to come up toward the third baseline and threw down toward third base. This ball is fouled out of play. 1-1 the count to Henley Parker. 4-3 Jackson. We are in the bottom of the fourth with one out. Kennett infield in. They're going to try to keep that run from scoring from third. On a ground ball on the infield. Outfield also comes in a bit. This pitch outside, ball 2. 2-1 the count. This would be a big spot for Hayden Gilmore to pick up a strikeout. Dodson takes his lead at third. The 2-1 pitch to Parker. High ball 3. 3-1. Rhodes in the on-deck circle for Jackson. Gilmore comes set. The 3-1 pitch with a runner at third. One down. Now time is called. Hayden will step off the rubber. Now Parker back in the box. 3-1 pitch from Gilmore. It's high ball 4. Runners at the corners now for Jackson. Infield base hit started all of this for Jackson. Now Cooper Rhodes at the plate. Cooper is 1 for 1 on the day. He hit a sacrifice fly, scoring a run his last at bat, and singled on a little fly ball that dropped into left field. Left-handed hitter facing Hayden Gilmore. They may have pitched Parker with intentions of having a lefty-lefty matchup here. See how it works out. To Rhodes. Bogenpole in the on-deck circle. So the heart of the order lurking here for Jackson, with the runners at the corners and one down, bottom of the fourth. Next pitch to Rhodes, low. That will get the runner down to second. So that one rolled away from Caleb Duncan. The ball in the dirt. Now runners at second and third for Jackson. That takes out the double play, conventional double play possibility. And Coach Aaron News is going to come out and visit with his ball club, and more specifically Hayden Gilmore, the sophomore left-hander. Hayden, since coming on, has been good, but this inning started a little shaky for the sophomore as he's walked one. He's hit a batter so far in the ball game. Got out of the last inning with a runner left on base for Jackson. His first inning of work. Now they break up the conference of the mound. Hayden Gilmore will go back to work. Parker down to second. Dotson at third. Kennett leading 4-3. One out. Bottom of the fourth inning. Kennett outfield deep for this number 2 hitter. So a fly ball to the outfield will no doubt score the runner at third without any problem. There's a strike on the outside corner. Good pitch that time for Gilmore. Coach New probably just trying to settle down his sophomore left-hander. Maybe the biggest game that he's pitched in his varsity career. The 2-1 pitch coming up. Fouled out of play. Hayden coming back with 2 good pitches. 2-2 the count to Rhodes. A strikeout here would be really, really big for the Kennett Indians. If Gilmore can retire Cooper Rhodes without a run scoring with runners at second and third, one down here in the bottom of the fourth. The 2-2 pitch. Curveball is way too high. Ball 3, 3-2. Looked like Hayden may have overthrew that breaking pitch just a bit. 3-2 the count. Lefty on lefty matchup. Cooper Rhodes back in the box. Here's Hayden Gilmore with the 3-2 pitch. High and tight, and the base is loaded. Infield single and a couple of walks, and they are loaded up for Caden Bogenpole. Jackson pitcher is singled on a line drive to center and flied out to left field, a ball that carried all the way out to the track in left field to Ashton Williams. This is another lefty-on-lefty matchup, though. See if Gilmore can settle in here and get out of this inning without any damage done. 4-3 Jackson as we play bottom of the fourth. Base is loaded, and the first pitch high and inside. Ball 1. Gilmore working out of the stretch with the bases loaded. They'll throw a ball back to the shortstop, Matt Gardner covering, and everybody's back in safely. Tried to steal an out there and catch the runner down at second. Parker. But Parker was alert and was back easily on the play. Bases loaded for Jackson. A one down, bottom of the fourth, the 1-0 pitch. Their number 3 hitter, Bogenpole, is outside, ball 2. No place to put him. I know Kennett still has some pitchers available, but they'd like to see Hayden Gilmore work another inning at least in this ball game before going to Williams or Gardner coming in. This pitch is way high, ball 3. They may not have that luxury unless Hayden can find the strike zone here with one out, the bases loaded in the bottom of the fourth. 3-0 the count to Bogenpole. Bases loaded. The pitch. Hammered to right field, but foul. They turned him loose. I was wondering, and they did. They turned the big left-handed hitter loose. He just a little bit too quick on that one. 3-1 the count. Gilmore gets a different baseball. I think Bogenpole may have dented that one because he hit it really hard down the right field line. Now the 3-1 pitch. That is I think he called it a strike. I don't know, he pointed, but maybe he said outside. I guess it's ball 4. So I think it was ball 4, but the way the umpire reacted, I thought he might have called it a strike. Very vocal about ball 4, but that's a run. 5-3. As Kennett walks in a run, still 1 down, and the cleanup hitter, Quentin Borders at the plate for Jackson. They go back up by 2. First pitch is high, ball 1. Gilmore is having a hard time getting it over the plate here in his second inning of work. Leadoff single and then 3 passes for Jackson, and it's resulted in a run. 1-0 pitch. This ball bounces at the plate. Ball 2. 2-0 the count. Cleanup hitter Quentin Borders at the plate. 2-0 pitch. This one's hit high back behind second base, and Matt Gardner, the shortstop, calls infield fly rule and the batter out. Big out there. So 2 down in the inning on a pop fly on the infield. So the base is loaded for Baden Hackworth, Jackson catcher. A couple of strikeouts for Hackworth so far in the ball game. Jackson with a run here in the 4th inning. Kennett had cut it to a 1-run deficit. Now it goes to 5-3. 5 runs, 6 hits for Jackson. 3 runs on just 2 hits for Kennett. Kennett's committed a couple of errors in the ball game. First pitch is a ball to Hackworth. This pitch is high, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Gilmore in relief. Trying to get this second inning under his belt without any more damage done. This ball is way high, too. Ball 3. Hayden's just a little bit off right now. When he is on, he can pump the strikes in there. Now the 3-0 pitch headed home. Again, they turn the hitter Hackworth loose, and he swings and misses. 3-1 the count. Well, Jackson's trying to break it wide open with the bases loaded. A 3-0 count. They've turned a couple of hitters loose, 3-0. Now the 3-1. Strike on the outside corner. I think he was going to punch him out, but that's only strike 2. Kennett would take it. 3-2 the count. So the runners will be off with the pitch. Bases loaded. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Hackworth at the plate. Here goes the runners, and here goes the pitch. And that is ball 4. Didn't miss by much. We've seen some high strikes called, but that one was not one of them, and a couple of runners walked in here in the inning by the Indians. Clayton Ernst now will hit.
Up to bat, number 99, Clayton Ernst.
6-3 now, Jackson. A dangerous hitter. Ernst at the plate. The first pitch is way high and outside, ball 1. Not sure how long they're going to go with Hayden Gilmore. As his pitch count already 47 pitches. An inning and 2/3 work so far. See, it's just not been close to the strike zone. This umpire's called strikes when they're close to the zone, but here's another one. This one's way inside, ball 2. Bogenpole, on the other hand, is just nibbled around the strike zone the entire ball game. Now Gilmore, after an effective first inning, the second inning, he's just lost the touch a bit. 2-0 the count. See if Hayden can get out of this one without any more damage done. The 2-0 pitch. Here's a ground ball to third. Tanner Pierce will field, step on the bag, and that'll do it. Good job by the sophomore Hayden Gilmore. Didn't have his best stuff in that inning, but he fought hard and got out of it. Jackson scores 2 and leads 6-3 as we go to the 5th. Kennett will send to the plate in the 5th inning. Matt Gardner, Ashton Williams, then Tanner Pierce coming up for the Indians right after this.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whenever you want. In your life and on your farm, Case IH AFS Connect gives you more control. Monitor your operation, manage your fleet and your farm data your way. Case IH. Rethink productivity.
Good luck to all area teams from Danny Glass, your Penobscot-Dunklin Electric Co-op Director for District 1. Danny Glass knows that participating in high school sports plays a huge role in developing the leaders of tomorrow. That's why Danny Glass is glad to help boost high school sports in this area as a sports booster. Again, good luck to all area high school teams from Danny Glass, your Penobscot-Dunklin Electric Co-op Director for District 1.
At Harris Pharmacy, you can get all of your prescriptions in one stop, and we'll even remind you when it's time to get a refill with our MedSync and Refill Reminder programs. Hi, this is Darren with Harris Pharmacy. Stop by today at 1224 First Street in Kennett for your over-the-counter and prescription needs. You can come through the drive-thru, or we deliver for free inside the city limits of Kennett. We also offer flu, shingles, and pneumonia vaccines. Come see us today at Harris Pharmacy in Kennett. Good luck, Indians.
Caden Bogenpole will start his 5th inning of work. 71 pitches for Caden so far in the ballgame. For Kennett, 3 runs on 2 hits. Indians have committed a couple of errors on the day. 6 runs, 6 hits for Jackson. The last inning, after Kennett had cut it 4-3 after a Brooks Niggett solo shot to start. The 4th inning, they allowed 2 runs by Jackson in the bottom half of the inning and now trail 6-3. So they'll have to fight back here, and Matt Gardner will lead things off, followed by Ashton Williams and Tanner Pierce. Bentley Farms, one of our great broadcast sponsors, their poultry farm up in Dudley, Missouri. Wes and Chantel Bentley are the owners and operators of that. Kennett residents and big Kennett Indian baseball fans wishing the Indians good luck this season. Matt takes the first pitch low, ball 1 from Caden Bogenpole. The way the SEMO Conference standings look, the winner of this one will probably play Sykeston on Friday. Here's a line drive by Matt Gardner, and it is going to be caught by the center fielder, Dodson. Got a good jump on it. The ball, though, was tailing back toward Dodson, and that helped. But I had on a line drive, but that's out number 1. So 1 down, and here's Ashton Williams coming to the plate for Kennett.